This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of NASCAR's top 3 series, send them through the ratings algorithm, and see who comes out on top. Here's a few tidbits to know heading in. The driver ratings are updated race by race to reflect the performance of that driver throughout the season, as well as at that specific track in recent years. The races are at 100% length and use normal tire and fuel wear. The starting lineup will match the real-life qualifying using the provisional starting order, not the one that includes drivers heading to the back. The weather will match the real-life start time data, and commentary will match the real-life scenarios, not the standings that will be posted at the end of the video. And as always, this series is for entertainment purposes only. Using artificial intelligence and using the results of this race for gambling purposes is discouraged. Taking a quick look at some of the truck results, Ben Rhodes can be the first one to cross the line. Derek Kraus was a solid second place finish. Austin Hill, Ross Chastain, and Tanner Gray, who got some great practice in the ARCA race yesterday. Rounding out the top 5, Chase Purdy 19th in his first truck race of the season with GMS Racing. And some poor runs by drivers like Stuart Friesen, who ran slow all day, and Matt Crafton, who blew up in the third stage. Now we move on to the Cup race, a sprint race here in Pocono. Green flag is out. Eric Almirola leading the field. And the 10 car got a great jump on the start. Got ahead of Ryan Blaney, but Denny Hamlin immediately jumped to the inside and takes the lead as the 10 car starts to kind of hold everyone back, and the 11 car gaining a gap early on in this race. Blaney in tow, but now he's going to go to the inside of Almirola and try to take the spot. Here we see a battle between Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, teammates that started in the second row. And Kurt Busch going to try to make it 3 wide going down into turn 1. An intense battle here in the first few laps of this race. They're right up against each other, and Kyle Busch going to get the advantage, but it's going to be Kurt Busch that starts to head to the front. That same lap goes to the inside of the 18 car, going into turn number 3. Looking at some of our top drivers here, Eric Jones leads the field in average finish here in 8.3. He's kind of running mid-pack right now, a little bit off what he would normally run here. Only a few races, though, at this track. Trying to see what he can do to improve his position. In terms of getting victory here, Denny Hamlin is your guy, and he showed that in the early laps. 5 victories here, including his first 2 of his career, sweeping the races in his rookie season in 2006. Another guy you'll tend to see up front is Kurt Busch. 14 top 5s at this racetrack, kind of been scattered throughout his long career. Hasn't won here since 2016, but does have 3 victories here. So trying to see what he can do with Chip Ganassi Racing to put his 1 car out in front, and you can see he is trying to make it to the inside of Denny Hamlin, go for that stage victory. He's got the edge on him right now, and then going into turn number 1, looks like he'll be able to clear him out. Coming to that first stage caution, Kurt Busch going to be out in front of Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney. Eric Jones able to find his way into the top 10, as well as Matt Benedetto. We'll take the green flag to start off stage number 2. Still be Kurt Busch after they take some pit stops out in front. See them fanning out. They'll have a lot of room on that front stretch to find some space and try to go for some passes. Meanwhile, we've got some issues here in the back of the field. Timmy Hill going off the front of Austin Dillon. Not sure why the 3 car was so far back. Did have a lengthy pit stop, but unfortunately for Timmy Hill, he's going to spin around, hit the wall at the back of his car in turn 2. Fortunately, though, he will be able to stay in the race. Going to the restart now, it's Brad Keselowski out in front, Denny Hamlin in tow. Let's see what they can do to push forward. Try to see if they can gap the field. We are going to have another issue, though, going down into turn number 1. John Hunter Nemechek going to make contact here with Josh Bilicki, the lapped car. And he's going to keep it straight. Bit of a close call, but they're not going to throw a caution for that one. Unfortunately for Nemechek, he is going to be fading to the back of the field. Jimmy Johnson, 20 top 10s at this racetrack before, tied with Kurt Busch for the most among active drivers. But right now, he is not running up to speed. He is well far back in the field, and something's gone wrong in that 48 car. Looking here at Kyle Busch, he's led a considerable amount of laps, along with Johnson, Hamlin, and the other Busch. Unfortunately, the group they're in right now has fallen way off the back of this lead group, which includes Hamlin, Keselowski, Harvick, and Jones. Ryan Blaney kind of caught in the middle, kind of fading back. But there's going to be problems here mechanically for Denny Hamlin going into turn 1. He's going to get a little contact from Eric Jones, his teammate. but the 11 car suddenly slowed as he was running up there near the front of the field. Unfortunately, it's just before they come to green flag pit stop, so it's going to kind of work out, but unfortunately for Hamlin, that is going to lead to a lot of lost time. But going to be bigger problems for another Joe Gibbs car. It looks like maybe that contact kind of blew the radiator in, and that is going to send the 20 car up in a puff of smoke, and he is not going to finish out the stage. Green and white checkered flag flies for the stage, and Keselowski out in front. Blaney gets in the second place. Hamlin in third, even after that mechanical problem, stays in the third position for the stage. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch round out the top 5. Now there's going to be a little pit strategy involved as we're coming to the end of this race. Chase Elliott, one of the drivers that stays out, along with Eric Almirola. Got some guys that did pit, and they're a little further back in the field. But going to be problems here. Elliott coming from third place, he's going to get spun from Kyle Busch. Those two have had some contact already this season that a lot of people aren't happy about. But it's going to happen again here in turn 1. Kyle Busch, I believe, had some fresher tires, and now you can see he's going to take the lead as some of the guys that didn't take the stop before now stop, and Kyle Busch was one of those that stopped before. He will get the lead. Keselowski behind him. They will also stay out. But another problem here in turn 3. Contact between two veterans, Kenseth and Harvick, is going to cause a stack up here. Kenseth's able to drive away. We can see Blaney and LaJoie kind of going for a half slide. Looking on board, Bubba Wallace. And he's going to run right into the back of Blaney as that all ensues. Garrett Smithley in the 53 and Josh Bilicki slides in there late. Multi-car accident there in turn 3 will lead us to another restart. Keselowski now out in front. The intensity really picking up between strategy and wrecking. Everyone trying to see if they can get to the front and make sure they stay there so they can stay away from stuff like this happening. Tyler Reddick gets into the rear end of Jimmy Johnson, and that creates an even bigger stack up. Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Garrett Smithley again, Kurt Busch, and Daniel Suarez with major damage. Some other cars you can see there, I believe that was Chris Buescher. Let's take a look from the aerial view. You can see Johnson didn't have him cleared. Yeah, there's Buescher, Christopher Bell in there, Josh Bilicki again. It looks like James Davison and Austin Dillon able to get stopped there on the outside. But once again, another accident, another restart. This time Denny Hamlin leading the charge. Can't see Keselowski. I believe he might have pitted. He might have gone for a pit stop right there, and now it's the 11 car out in front with Kyle Busch in tow and trying to take a look for the lead. Joe Gibbs Racing teammates trying to see who can come out on top, and Hamlin wins the season. Kyle Busch does not. The 18 car trying to find his first one of the season. But another problem, this time going into turn 1. Stenhouse, already in our most previous accident, gets tangled with Truex Jr. That's going to send the 47 around and bring out yet another caution. And now we'll see who's able to take advantage of this final sprint to the finish. Hamlin's still out in front. He was able to get back by Kyle Busch. It looked like he had an advantage right there. He'll stay in tow right now. How about this run going for William Byron? Haven't talked about him all day, but he is up here in the top 3. Hasn't gotten a top 5 finish so far this season, although some of his best finishes have come as of late. But he's still looking for that first finish inside the top 5. He might have an opportunity here today. Kevin Harvick trying to wait in the wings to see if someone's going to mess up here. Kyle Busch out in front. Side-by-side battle for Hamlin and Keselowski for second place. But the laps are winding down. And it looks like Hamlin got the message as he cuts to the inside of Kyle Busch for the lead. Looking for his 6th victory at this racetrack. And he has got the advantage as the laps are winding down. White flag flies. The 11 car still out in front. You've got a pack of 6 drivers here that can still contend for the victory. Everyone else is well behind. You can see Keselowski to the inside of Kyle Busch. Byron trying to take a peek underneath Harvick, although he'll slam the door on him. Kyle Busch starting to fade back now, but Hamlin still has the advantage. Can anyone catch them going through turn 3? Keselowski's trying to get up close to him, tries to take a different line into the corner, but Hamlin is too far out in front for it to matter. Coming out of turn number 3, Hamlin's going to see the checkered flag for the 6th time at Pocono and the 4th time this season. What a run for Denny Hamlin after experiencing those mechanical problems just before green flag pit stops in Stage 2. He is able to charge back and claim victory. Take a look at the final finishing results. Keselowski, Busch, Harvick, and Byron make up the top 5. Byron, his first top 5 of the season. Joey Logano, the odd man out in that pack. De Benedetto, Almirola, Newman, and Boyer will round out the top 10. They were all in a completely different pack further back in the field. But definitely a good run for Newman. First top 10 since Daytona. Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott just outside the top 10. Michael McDowell, we saw him inside the top 10 a little bit in that third stage. He was unable to hold that on, but still a very, very decent finish for the front row team. Tyler Reddick in the top 15. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stays in 16th despite wrecking out late in the race. You see some guys that incurred some damage, and Kurt Busch really on the bad end of that deal. We saw him get crunched up in that accident with Johnson and Reddick. He fell way back after having a great day so far. Jimmy Johnson, Daniel Suarez among those that did not get to the end of the race, along with Eric Jones having that problem after some contact with Hamlin, in which Hamlin ended up winning the race. That is it for NR 2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoyed the race, and we will see you all next time.